Guys, I'm gonna get so much flack for this video, I just know it. Hi guys, it's Kales, and here are a couple reasons as to why A Court of Thorns and Roses and Twilight are the same book. We start off with a human girl, and her story is told in first person. She's also considered plain by normal human standards. Also, a bit of foreshadowing, there's going to be a lot of mentioning that she's human. Like, it's gonna be a big deal throughout the story. Her home life is pretty crappy, and her living situation wasn't the same as it once was, and she doesn't have a lot of friends or social interaction. Through a fantastical life or death event, this human girl is introduced to a superior, supernatural species of beings. They are very dangerous for her to be around. Again, foreshadowing, a lot of emphasis is going to be made on how dangerous they are for her to be around. But whatever, she's around them. If she wasn't, there wouldn't be a story. There is one male supernatural being that is very powerful and very attractive. Again, there's a lot of emphasis on how powerful he is, thus making him very dangerous to the human girl, but also there's a lot of emphasis on how attractive he is. Oh, by the way, also he has supernatural abilities that set him apart from the other supernatural beings in his species. There are obvious hesitations between the human girl and the supernatural guy, but through a series of events such as him saving her life, him showing some sort of compassion, them spending a lot of time together, bam! Suddenly they're falling in love. I should also mention that we meet another supernatural male who is on the opposite of the light and dark side from the original powerful, attractive supernatural man that the human girl is falling in love with. The supernatural guys obviously don't like each other, and there's some hints at a bit of a love triangle, and while he may not be important in this book, he's certainly going to be more important in the second book. Anyway, moving on. Over the course of the book, you get this sense that there's this lurking, haunting, dark force. But the supernatural beings won't tell the human girl about it, even though it totally pertains to her and her safety. But whatever, they're trying to protect her. Because they're big on that, being protectors. Instead of keeping her around and actually protecting her, he thinks by protecting her, he's going to send her away, even though he really does love her. She travels to another place and is supposedly gonna be safe there, but then she's struck with inspiration and wants to go save her man and rescue him, even though she's just a human. The human girl manages to find the supernatural guy, but then they're both caught in the clutches of this evil supernatural being who likes killing and torturing for sport, but is really only a precursor to the oncoming evil and war that is coming later in the series. During the final altercation with the super evil being, the human girl is injured, and the supernatural guy must perform some magic supernatural mumbo jumbo in order to save her life. Not to mention the fact that when the supernatural guy gets the chance, he goes and rips out the evil supernatural being's throat. Once the human girl is safe, the super evil villain is disposed of, the two get to go back to their home and live their lives together, supposedly happily ever after. But just wait, in book 2, breakups and separation is on the horizon for these two. Which is probably a good thing, considering there's a lot of arguments that this is an abusive relationship to begin with. Those are some reasons as to why these books are the same. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. I hope you got a laugh. Until next time, guys. Bye! These are supposed to be funny. They're supposed to be funny. Please know they're supposed to be funny. I will argue till the cows come home that these are supposed to be funny, but I feel like I'm like just touching on just whatever. I'm gonna own it. I think it's funny. This human girl is introduced into a superior, supernatural race of human being. Nope. They're not humans. Haha!